Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and in today's video we're going to have a look at the latest from the live radar run for the UKV, have a look at the precipitation and the temperature over the next 5 days. So we have a pretty decent day today, a few showers in places, but temperatures widely in the high teens, if not getting into the low 20s, and is likely to be, for many areas, the warmest day of the year so far. However, it's not a change to the general theme, where they're going to be washout conditions once again tomorrow, as we do see a weather front sweeping off the Atlantic, giving pretty horrible conditions for pretty much all areas through tomorrow, and those temperatures back down towards the low teens instead. As we head into the middle of next week, it's looking likely to turn a bit cooler as those upper air temperatures do drop, but there should still be quite a bit of sunshine around, but there will be a lot of heavy showers in places. And as we have a look at the GFS, GM, ECMWF and the ensembles, that sort of sunshine and showers theme, with some brighter weather in places, but equally some rain as well, looks likely to continue as we head towards the middle of May. There are some hints of higher pressure building in, extension of the Azores high, but we are only seeing that from a minority of runs, and it's not really increasing in probability at this stage. So there is a possibility of that, and that would give drastically different conditions with warm, sunny and dry weather, but at this stage it's not the most likely outcome. So we'll explore that, we'll continue to explore that in the second half of the video. So do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure to like and subscribe, and remember to follow me on Twitter as well, the link's in description. So to start on the live radar, you can see it's a widely drier day today. A few showers across parts of eastern Scotland, western Scotland and into the far west of the Republic of Ireland, but most areas are a little bit drier. There are some heavy showers starting to break out in the far east, and they will break out in isolation through this early afternoon period, but they should not have too many impacts really, and they should sort of degrade away into the middle to late afternoon. As I said, most areas pretty bright and pretty pleasant, and as I'm recording this around 10:30, those temperatures are already starting to climb. You can see, especially into parts of the Midlands, those orangey colours indicating temperatures already into the mid-teens. We're only in the middle of the morning, so likely, as I said, to get up towards that 20-degree mark, if not slightly higher. And again, where we've got cloud further southwards and to the far east is holding those temperatures down a little bit, but it should be widely pretty decent across this central area of England over the course of today, and elsewhere it should be pretty decent as well, but it will be dependent on those showers and sunshine amounts. If you do have a look at the UKV now, you can run through this afternoon, and you can see those precipitation. You can see that we do have a few showers coming in this afternoon. Again, breaking out in a few isolated places along that far east, sort of down a spine area, spine of sort of eastern England. So perhaps a bit of a convergence zone appearing there, causing those. But as I said, they degrade away through the evening. Then we see the big weather front spreading in from the west, and it's going to give pretty horrible conditions for western areas through later this evening, before spreading all areas through tomorrow morning and dominating most of the day. Behind the weather front, where it turns slightly drier, we've got heavy, thundery showers breaking out for the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. And then as we head into the evening, eventually things will wind down, but still more heavy rain through parts of England and Wales to end the day. Could be a lot of rain falling in some regions tomorrow. As we head into Tuesday afternoon, perhaps a better day, a bit more sunshine around, but equally some rain to the far southwest and into eastern areas as well. Could see some heavy showers and thunderstorms potentially there. Again, need to keep a very close eye on that. As we head into Wednesday again is going to be a day of sunshine and showers. Showers quite large and quite frequent there. And again, could be heavy and thundery in places. So yeah, there will be some sunshine, but it definitely looks like more of a showery day than a sunny day. But it's not going to be raining all the time. There will be breaks, but just looking at the frequency of showers here, it doesn't look like there'll be too many, and they won't last all too long. And finally, if we move into Thursday, again, another day of sunshine and showers, perhaps showers reducing in central and western areas, but for northern and eastern areas, still heavy, frequent, thundery showers going to continue through this week. Now, if you look at the max temperatures now, you'll be able to see that we do have temperatures climbing into the high teens, if not low 20s today, in that area across central, eastern, southern England could see 20 to 22 degrees perhaps through this afternoon. Really quite warm, warmest day of the year for many regions. As we head through into Monday afternoon, all that heavy rain around for those areas that are seeing 20 to 22 degrees today. 8 to 10 degrees cooler, around 12 to 14 degrees today. Really cold compared to what today will be for Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. There will be heavy thundery showers, but could reach 18 to 20 degrees, just showing you the power of a bit of dry weather and a bit of sunshine. As we head into Tuesday, again, it will be a fairly pleasant day in places, and again, could see 18 to 20 degrees, maybe slightly higher or slightly lower in a few spots. Again, all dependent on those sunshine amounts. Into Wednesday, as we saw a minute ago, it's a much more showery day, so we expect those temperatures to be a little bit more all over the place, and you can see that by 3 p.m. Some areas in central and east areas getting towards 17, 18, but many areas struggling around the 14 or 15 degree mark, as we do have on and off showers. 1 minute it will feel pretty warm, like if those temperatures are climbing, the next minute it will feel cold as those heavy thundery showers move through. And finally, if we move into Thursday afternoon, again, you can see those temperatures once again are around the mid-teens, maybe peaking at 16 or 17 in a few spots, as once again we do see heavy showers continuing to dominate. Of course, the height of those temperatures, even the sunshine, is reduced because the upper air temperatures do drop. We can see that here if we put the upper air temperatures on. Later next week it'll be around freezing at 850 HPA, whereas right now it's around 5 or 6 degrees. So that sort of 3 or 4 degree difference means top temperature will be 17, 18 in sun, whereas at the moment it is 20 to 22. So just a small difference in upper air temperatures just caps that sort of height in those afternoon temperatures. So you can see it's going to be a mixed bag over the next 5 days, but what do we have in store for the next few weeks? And as we see on the GFS, you can see low pressure rumbling in over the next few days. That's going to give us unsettled conditions next week and generally cooler conditions. Now this is the period as we head towards sort of day 7 where we could see an extension of the Azores High dominates. Here the GFS has maybe a day or two of dry weather before low pressure rumbles in, giving northerly or westerly winds, and it's very unsettled towards the end of the run with low pressure just spinning up over the top of us, very showery, potentially very thundery, and just very horrible, I'd say, under that. A lot of cloud and rain all the way to 384 hours with a continuation of low pressure coming in off the Atlantic, more of a wintry type pattern there, with quite a strong jet stream and quite strong low pressure exiting out of northeast Canada. So hints perhaps of an Azores High build, but for about 48 hours or so. Nothing more prolonged than that. And you can see the upper air temperatures for this low pressure system that does try to dominate. It is cool. It is below average. Look at those blues spiraling. And again, nothing ridiculously cold, but generally pretty chilly and not particularly nice. If we do look at the GEM now, again, high pressure tries to build in this week, but low pressure dominates. We see that extension of the Azores High for a couple of days later next week. Perhaps into the weekend it holds on even longer. So GEM definitely going for a bit of a warmer, drier spell here. Very interesting seeing that. It's holding the low pressure at bay just to our north. It is a particularly strong high pressure system of around 1,025 millibars. Still pretty strong, but nothing ridiculous. But just shows you small extension of the Azores High can really give us much warmer and dry conditions. If the upper air temperatures above average, perhaps sort of getting towards 4 to 6 degrees above average, or maybe even 8 degrees above average. So pretty decent, I must say. So yeah, not too bad there from the GEM, but I must emphasise it is a bit of an outlier run. Not all runs are going for this sort of outcome. If you do look at the ECMWF now, again, a westerly flow coming in, a lot of unsettled weather, and just as the GEM built in an extension of the Azores High, so does the ECMWF. However, low pressure moves through within 48 hours and starts to give unsettled conditions once again. And even though here we are generally very close to higher pressure, you can see there is a lobe of low pressure sat over parts of Europe. Again, won't be giving huge weather fronts or anything like that, but would be giving quite a showery feel out there. But on the upper air temperature, you can see it's associated with slightly cooler air. So there will be a lot of showers and areas of cloud with that. So not bone dry conditions, not washout conditions, but kind of in between there from the ECMWF. Now, if you finish by looking at the ensembles, you can see how, of course, the next few weeks, the temperatures, apart from the next day or two, are going to be average to below average, maybe climbing above average for brief periods. And it's generally going to be very unsettled the next week or so. And even beyond that, still staying pretty unsettled. No signs of anything succinctly dry. If we look at the 2 metre temperatures, again, best conditions are going to be the next day or two. Beyond that, we still could see 17 or 18 on the best of days. We see a bit more sunshine. We avoid those showers. On the worst days, though, 13 or 14, similar to what we're going to be seeing tomorrow. So it's going to be very up and down. There will be decent days out there. There will be miserable days out there. And it's going to be just choppy and changing quite frequently. And if we do look at the sea level pressure, again, perhaps hints later next week. We see a brief ridge of high pressure, an extension of the Azores high there, but it doesn't hold on all too long, and we dropped around 1,020 millibars once again, which is still in the higher pressure range, but as we saw from the operational run from the various models, it's not showing anything ridiculously dry. Still having low pressure nearby, upper troughs nearby. You can see that ECMWF run was 1,020 millibars, so it's one of these ensemble members, similar to those, but it still had quite a showery theme. If you look at the ECMWF, again, for the next couple of weeks, generally average to below average apart from the next couple of days, and then generally quite unsettled, showing a brief dry spell late next week, and that's, I think, when that Azores high build comes in. So it could be a day or two of dry weather, but it does come back with a bang with precipitation once again, and really cool conditions, and you can see that from the mean sea level pressure. A brief bump in pressure for actually dropping lower pressure than even the GFS ensembles was showing. So yeah, not looking great for the next few weeks. There are signs the Azores high will build in, but from this latest output, it's looking likely to build in perhaps for 48 to 72 hours at best. And we're going to go much lower, much cooler once again as we do head beyond that, as we head towards the middle to second half of May. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your bank holiday weekend. As I said, today is the best day to get out there and do something. Tomorrow is likely to continue to be washout conditions. So make sure you do enjoy the rest of today, and tomorrow enjoy the day from the indoors, hopefully. As I said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.